Exciting win for you guys last night. Just what are your takeaways from the first game with all these new players and the new coaching staff?
I think the mentality and the way we compete, we were able to. We've been talking about carrying over what we've been doing in practice at the game, and we did that on our first game. So I think that was great. But it's a long season, we can't get too happy with one win. We gotta keep doing our work. We gotta keep trying to get better. But definitely the mentality and the way we compete was the biggest two things for me.
In the preseason, there were a few games where maybe you wondered, like, is the defensive work going to take a little time to show up? Of course, the game against New York. Did you kind of expect it to click in game one, or were you a little surprised at how well you guys played on that?
I mean, we wanted to be able to execute our defense as soon as possible. And I think once we put the mindset, in the preseason, sometimes guys are not fully locked in, or they're not 100% there because, it's preseason. It doesn't count whatever everybody has in their mind. But I think it was good. Of course, it's going to change between games. People are going to see the way we play defense and going to try to do things where it's going to make it harder for us. But I think overall was good. I don't think I'm surprised. I'm happy more than surprised that we were able to execute and um, do the adjustments we have on our defense. And like I said, I think it's only going to get harder. People are going to start watching us. People are going to start seeing what we do and trying to make it harder for us. But to answer your questions, it doesn't surprise me.
Once again, you make a defensive play that has a lot of energy with it. You got Brad diving for a loose ball last night. But I want to specifically talk about the first 12 minutes of the game. That's championship level defense that you guys played. When that quarter was over with, you guys are like sitting there in the huddle. Was there a moment where Coach Bledsoe said, "See what I told you guys? If you do this, this is what we could do all season long"? Kind of what was the conversations after that quarter was over?
No, I think it's crazy because as good as we play the defense, we're always talking about how we can get better, how we could improve something. Even though we play great defense, we were talking about the couple plays that maybe we didn't rotate, or I don't know, we didn't talk. So um, it doesn't. I mean, we play great, but we are always trying to get better. So we never had that conversation like, like we did it, like we're playing great, because it's the first game of the season, and there's still a long way to go to where we want to be. But I think we're just focused. Of course, we are like hyped up with the way we played the first 12 minutes. We're like, whoa, we're actually good, like I don't think we showed that in the preseason, and having that feeling as a team, it's great, and it gives us, more energy to keep going.
You know how it is to play in Toronto. That was the first time they had fans in there since the pandemic. So was that really a key to jump on them early, kind of to take their crowd out of it?
Yeah, we talked about it in the locker room, and we talked about it in the huddle, like right before, when they were doing this 10-15 minutes intro. We were like, we ready to go. Let's go. We can't let this affect us of how we start the game. So we talked about it. I think we got a team with enough ears to not let those things affect us the way we play. And like I said, we did a good job on starting the game with energy. We know that when you're playing there, if you let them, start the game well, or if you let them get their crowd going, it just makes it harder for you. So um we talked about it, and we executed.
Last night was kind of an easy sign of seeing what depth really looks like, where maybe the guys that didn't have it going, there's somebody that can come off the bench and really contribute. What does depth on this team for you look like, as opposed to maybe other teams you've been on?
As far as like my role on the team,
Yeah.
um I think as right now, it is what it is. Like, I played the 20 minutes. I know games, there are going to be games I'll play more, there are going to be games I play less, there are going to be games we're going to need more guys coming out of the bench. But I think things change. It's a too long of a season to have the same guys playing the same minutes and have the same role on the team. But You know, like I've always say, my mentality is not really to think about how much I'm gonna play or how much the time I'm gonna have on the court. It's just when I get in there, I'm gonna try to make plays. I'm gonna try to give all I have, you know, defensively, and give the team energy, because that's, I mean, more than how much I'm gonna play, that's my role. You know, just coming from the bench and bringing that energy and bringing that competitiveness that I have it on me.
What did you like about your guys' 3-point defense? You guys did really good, just limiting 3-point shots.
I think being high on the screen, you know, that takes some of the pull up threes that a lot of guards are shooting nowadays in the league. Also the rotation, I think being locked in and knowing that, okay, I'm gonna rotate to this guy, and being on top of them and not letting them shoot easy threes, you know, contesting all those shots. I think that was huge. That's, I think that's more as a mentality of playing hard and knowing personnel, knowing who I'm closing out to, and making sure that we try to get away the 3-point shooters they have, you know, not let them shoot easy threes. I think we did a good job, and like I said, we just gotta keep doing it and get better.
Christos?
Hey Raul, hope you're doing well. You said before that you always want to get better, especially on defense. So, what would you like to improve on your defensive effort? About the intensity, about the approach, and how productive is the second unit? Because you are one of the part of the second unit. How more productive you're gonna be this season?
I think defensively is just getting used to the rotations and getting used to the game plans and talking. I think those are things that I feel like you can always improve. You know, there's always a play or two in the game that you were a second late, or you rotate to the wrong guy. I think those little details is something that that we can all get better. I think as far as intensity, as far as heart, I think I've always give everything. So there's nothing there. But and then I think from the second unit, like I just said before, I think the roles are gonna change during the season. We know that a bench has to come into the game and not let the other team go on a run or hold a lead or bring more energy. So I think that's something that I always have in my mind when I'm coming from the bench, and I try to push from the other guys too. You know, when I see Danny coming with me, and I try to talk to him and say, "Hey, Danny, locked in. We gotta keep going. We gotta bring the energy up." You know, I think those things you gotta have in mind.